Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something really important for your community. The upcoming 2025 Board of Directors election for Southeastern Indiana REMC. You sent us your information on the candidates and the election process, and our goal is to really dig into that, pull out what matters most, and help you understand the choices you'll be making.
Exactly. Think of this as, your shortcut to getting a solid understanding of who's running and what's at stake.
Right.
The election covers board positions in districts 4, 5, and 9, so depending on where you live, you'll have a direct opportunity to influence the direction of your cooperative.
Okay, so let's jump right in. The key dates you need to know are that voting opens on April 16th at 7:30 a.m.
Right, April 16th.
And closes on May 15th at 11:59 p.m. The results are expected on May 19th, 2025.
May 19th, got it.
Keep an eye on your mailbox because a voting packet with all the instructions for online or mail-in voting will be sent out to you.
Right, so as you get that packet, you'll see information specific to the district you live in. Let's start by focusing on District 4, where there are two candidates vying for a seat, McClure, the incumbent, and Sheena Pyles.
Okay, McClure. He's been a member of SEI REMC for 15 years and has already served on the board for 6.
6 years, yeah.
Currently as the treasurer. It sounds like he's got a good handle on the existing operations.
Seems like it.
Looking at his background, he's worked in customer service, negotiated contracts in the steel industry, and handled insurance claims. That's a pretty broad range of experience dealing with different kinds of challenges and people.
It really is. And what's interesting is how that varied experience might inform his decisions on the board. For instance, his contract negotiation skills. Well, they could be valuable when an REMC is working on agreements for things like infrastructure projects or energy supply.
Good point.
He's also demonstrated a commitment to understanding the cooperative model by completing the Credentialed Cooperative Director, CCD, and the Board Leadership Certificate, BLC, through the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, or NRICA. These are, professional certifications showing he's invested in learning the ins and outs of leading an electric cooperative.
Right, the CCD and BLC. He also holds a Bachelor of Science degree from Purdue University. Beyond his professional life and board service, he's active locally with the Rising Sun Volunteer Fire Department and their scholarship board.
Community involvement.
And he's a member of the Rising Sun Church of Christ. That local involvement likely keeps him in tune with the community's needs and priorities, right?
Absolutely. When we look at his candidate statement, it seems he's really focused on continuing the work already underway, particularly the expanded right-of-way program, which is crucial for reliable power and, as we'll see, the fiber network.
Right, the right-of-way.
The ongoing build-out of that fiber network and, well, the recent move into the new headquarters.
That new headquarters, yes.
Exactly. It suggests a focus on stability and building on current progress, Now, for a member considering their vote, it might be worth thinking about whether maintaining this direction is what they feel is most important for the REMC's future.
Okay. Now let's look at the other candidate for District 4, Sheena Pyles. She's been a member for 10 years.
10 years, okay.
Her background is quite different, with nearly 2 decades of experience at Toyota Motor North America.
Toyota, wow.
She's currently a chief of staff in production engineering, and her role involves strategic planning for things like new plant construction and vehicle model changes across North America. That's experience with very large-scale, complex projects.
It certainly is. What's fascinating here is how that kind of strategic thinking, on a large scale, how that could apply to the REMC.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with long-term infrastructure investments or planning for future energy needs, having someone with that kind of vision could be a real asset. She also brings specific expertise in areas like environmental sustainability, financial auditing, operational efficiency, and lean manufacturing. These are all areas that are becoming increasingly important for organizations like Electric Cooperative.
It's impressive. And she has several professional certifications, including Certified Internal Auditor, Certified Compliance and Ethics Professional, and Certified Hazardous Materials Manager. Plus, she has a biochemistry degree from the University of Evansville. That's a strong foundation in both technical and analytical skills.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And her involvement extends beyond her corporate role. She's been treasurer for the Central Kentucky chapter of the Institute of Internal Auditors and for Toyota's Toyo Pets Group.
Okay.
Interestingly, she also served as a U.S. expert on an international committee dealing with environmental management standards. That global perspective on sustainability could be really valuable as the REMC considers its future energy mix and environmental impact.
That's a unique perspective. She's also actively involved in her community, participating in river cleanups. When we look at her candidate statement, her priorities include infrastructure improvements again, a key theme, but also a strong emphasis on renewable energy initiatives, driving operational efficiency.
Efficiency.
And the continued expansion of reliable internet through that fiber connectivity. For a member, it might be interesting to consider whether this focus on future-forward initiatives aligns with their vision for the cooperative.
Exactly. So in District 4, you have a choice between an incumbent emphasizing continuity and progress on current initiatives, and a candidate with extensive corporate and technical experience focused on infrastructure, sustainability, and efficiency. It really comes down to what priorities resonate most with you.
Okay. Moving on to District 5, we have one candidate running, and she is the incumbent, Melissa Menchhofer.
Right. Melissa Menchhofer. She and her husband have been members of SEI REMC for over 30 years.
30 years, wow.
They operate a livestock and grain farm, and she manages the finances for their family business. That long-term connection to the community and firsthand experience with the financial realities of running a local business, well, it likely gives her a deep understanding of the members' needs.
Makes sense. It sounds like her financial acumen extends beyond her farm, too. She's also managed finances for several other local businesses and nonprofit organizations.
Right. That kind of diverse financial experience could be very beneficial when overseeing the REMC's budget and investments. And she's not new to leadership within the cooperative. She's served on the SEI REMC board for 10 years, even holding the position of vice president.
10 years on the board.
Currently, she represents the cooperative on the Indiana Electric Cooperatives IEC board, where she's part of the executive committee and chairs both the audit and philanthropy committees. Her involvement at the state level with the IEC provides a broader perspective on the challenges and opportunities facing electric cooperatives across Indiana.
That's significant state-level experience. Like Jesse in District 4, Melissa has also invested in her professional development as a cooperative director, completing the CCD, BLC,
And the DGC.
and even the Director Gold Credential Program. That's a significant commitment to understanding best practices in cooperative governance. She also holds an associate degree from Purdue University.
Her community involvement is also significant. She serves as a poll worker during elections and participates in REMC Community Service Day projects. She's also taken on various leadership roles within her church. Her candidate statement emphasizes the importance of investing in knowledge and skills, something her own record clearly reflects.
What else does she highlight in her statement? Anything specific?
Well, she pointed out that SEI REMC is one of the largest cooperatives in the state, which brings both opportunities and complexities.
Right, scale matters.
She also stressed the critical role of their vegetation management program, not only for safety and reliable power, but also for supporting the infrastructure of the expanding fiber internet service. Overall, her message seems to be centered on maintaining and enhancing the high-quality infrastructure and services that members rely on.
Okay. Now, it's worth clarifying a point that might cause confusion. Melissa Menchhofer and Casey Menchhofer, who is running in District 9, share the same last name.
Yeah.
They are distant cousins, not directly related, and just so everyone knows, their last name is pronounced Menchhofer.
Menchhofer. Got it. That's a helpful clarification. Now let's turn our attention to District 9, where the incumbent, Casey Menchhofer, is running for re-election.
Casey Menchhofer. He and his wife have been members for 15 years. Similar to Melissa, he has a strong background in local business, owning and operating Menchhofer Seed Service LLC and Menchhofer Insurance Service LLC.
Seed and insurance, okay.
He also has experience as a project engineer for the Indiana Department of Transportation and grew up on a farm. That diverse background gives him a good understanding of the needs of the rural community from different angles: agriculture, infrastructure, local business.
Exactly. A really well-rounded perspective. He served on the SEI REMC board for 6 years and has also earned his credentialed cooperative director, CCD certification.
So another CCD certified director.
Right. His educational background is also quite relevant, with 2 Bachelor of Science degrees in engineering from Purdue University, one in civil engineering and another in land surveying and geomatics.
2 engineering degrees from Purdue. Impressive.
Yeah, that technical expertise could be particularly valuable when the board is making decisions about infrastructure maintenance, upgrades, and of course the ongoing fiber network deployment.
Makes sense. He's also actively involved in the local agricultural community, serving on the Purdue Agriculture and Natural Resources Advisory Committee and various seedsman advisory panels. He supports 4-H events and sponsors nonprofit events, demonstrating his commitment to the local area.
Seems very connected locally. When we look at his candidate statement, a key point he emphasizes is the decision during his first term to move forward with the fiber network.
The fiber network again.
He clearly sees this as a crucial investment in the future of the region and is committed to its continued success. He also highlights his focus on being cost-conscious in all decision-making without compromising the quality of service or safety for the members.
Cost-conscious but maintaining service and safety. That's a key balance. So we've taken a good look at the candidates in Districts 4, 5, and 9. Now let's step back and talk a bit more about the election itself.
Okay.
As SEI REMC CEO Keith Matthews highlighted in the Meet the Candidate video, which you can find on the REMC's website and YouTube channel.
Good resource, that video.
The board of directors plays a really vital role in guiding the cooperative. Remember, this is a member-owned organization, so these elections are your direct opportunity to have a say in its future direction.
Keith Matthews really emphasized that member ownership in the video, didn't he? Reminding everyone that it's your cooperative and your voice that matters.
Exactly.
He also mentioned that the Meet the Candidate video will remain available until the election concludes, so it's a great resource to hear directly from those running.
Definitely worth watching. How do these candidates actually get to the ballot, though? It's not like just anyone can run, right? There's a nominating committee involved.
That's correct.
Yeah.
The nominating committee is a key part of ensuring a fair and representative election process. For each district with an open board seat, the board of directors appoints a committee of 3 members who live within that specific district.
3 members from the district.
Okay. Their responsibility is to identify and vet potential candidates, reviewing their qualifications, and ensuring they meet the necessary requirements to serve on the board. The goal is for these committees to reflect the diverse makeup of the membership within their district.
So this committee plays a crucial role in ensuring that qualified individuals who ideally understand and represent the membership are considered for these important leadership positions.
Precisely. The REMC even provides these committees with resources and a toolkit to help them in their selection process. They conduct interviews and have access to legal counsel on governance matters to ensure a thorough and fair evaluation of potential board members.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've covered the candidates, the election dates April 16th to May 15th, the voting process, online or mail.
Instructions in the packet.
And the role of the nominating committee. Hopefully this has given you a much clearer picture of what this 2025 Board of Directors election for Southeastern Indiana REMC is all about.
Absolutely. And the most important thing for you now is to take this information, consider what you've heard, maybe watch that candidate video.
Good idea.
And then make an informed decision when you cast your vote between April 16th and May 15th. This truly is your chance to shape the future of your cooperative.
And don't forget that the election results will be announced during a live broadcast on Facebook on May 19th, 2025.
Live on Facebook, May 19th.
If you can't tune in live, the information will be available on demand on the annual meeting page of the SEI REMC website.
Good to know. So as you think about these candidates, with their diverse experiences in business, engineering, agriculture, corporate leadership, and community involvement, well, consider what kind of leadership and what priorities you believe are most important for the future of SEI REMC.
Yeah, think about that.
How might their backgrounds and perspectives influence the services you receive and the overall well-being of the community? That's really the key question to ponder as you prepare to vote and make your voice heard in the future of your cooperative.